prosperity to all living beings within range of my divine voice. It is I, Ptah. We are out here at night in nature, tapping into this loving positive energy that we call grounding. And tonight we are still checking up on everyone we spent yesterday with a beautiful episode, checking on everyone's mental health, checking to see how everyone was feeling. Somewhat fun we spent yesterday with a beautiful episode, checking on everyone's mental health, checking to see how everyone was feeling. Somewhat following in that same energy right now today, our message is a root message that has been established from the beginning in regards to grounding, a base reason as to why grounding is so important. And it simply comes down to the fact that when we are hugging the trees, when we are spending time in nature, releasing negative energy, or anything grounding that you can do on a regular basis to help release negative energy, thing you do, because you get to do it with a clear head and a forward, positive, conscious mind. So we want to make sure we reestablish that point tonight and check in with everybody on how their journey is going as well. We won't be on too long tonight. We've had a great and check in with everybody on how their journey is going as well. We won't be on too long tonight. We've had a great and prosperous but long day. So we want to get the message into our loved ones and then shut down for the evening. My brother, it's so good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Taurus gang. We hanging out just a little while tonight. I appreciate it here. I'm about to send out some invites to some loved ones. See if they want to come join us. Thank you so much for the gift, my brother. I appreciate you. Thank you. Make sure I send this out to everybody. How's your night going, bro? I'm just talking tonight about how grounding and keeping our head clear, releasing negative energy the right way helps us to think straight, helps us to be clear with our intentions. A few more people I'm gonna share it with, and we want to focus in on that for everybody. Thank you so much, 2025, for coming in. We want to focus in on that because right now there's a lot going on in the world. There's a lot of decisions being made by different government entities and politicians all across the world that is affecting a lot of people. And a lot of people who are already in the mindset of fight or flight are going to find even harder ways to deal and understand, the best way to move forward in any of their aspects. In any way in life, you got to always figure out a way to move forward. You got to always figure out a way to progress. Always right. Thank you for coming in. Peace and prosperity to you. And I want to explain again how me having my feet barefoot on the ground right now is helping me to clear my mind so I can make decisions without anxiety, without depression, without fear. And it makes for better without anxiety, without depression, without fear. And it makes for better decision making. It makes for better thinking. It makes for more understanding for ourselves and others when we can think with a clear head, when we can make those kind of conscious decisions and not just doing things without intention. That just because we are releasing the negative energy out of the body, we are letting go and shedding whatever negative source is causing for the energy. We are letting go and shedding whatever negative source is causing for the energy. That does not mean that source of negativity, that does not mean that we don't recognize and understand what real or not real threats may be in place. It's actually quite the opposite. See, a lot of people, out of fear, will run away from what they're afraid of. They'll run away physically, they'll run away in their minds, they'll run away in their hearts, they'll run away in their hearts. JJ Renee, peace and prosperity to you. They will do everything they can to let go of whatever it is that's hurting them or putting them in that. So they'll block it out in their whole mind, their whole psyche. Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. They will block it out of their mind, out of their whole psyche as if it never happened. That's not the right way to go. That's not the right way to go. You're able to release the negativity while still living in a reality and understanding what the situation may have caused for yourself and others, or what you may have done that may have been negative to what effect it may have on other people. When we let go of the negativity, when we release it from our body naturally, we don't let go of the reality of what was caused by it. What we do is we can see that reality. We can see and understand the circumstances with a clear head. We can see that reality. We can see and understand the circumstances with a clear head so we can make good decisions based on whatever decisions we have to offer ourselves. Whatever free of choice we have at that moment. Thank you, Ellie. I appreciate you. And it's like, realistically, if you're if your discernment is distracted by fear and worries, there are no good decisions made. There are no good decisions made from fear and worries. It's just not even possible. When we think about fear, when we think about worry, when we think about stress, those are chaotic feelings, control type of feeling. How can you make a controlled decision if you're out of control? The discernment that you're looking for, peace of mind in the midst of chaos, by keeping yourself grounded, by allowing yourself to be in the now moment, but with a clear head, using whatever you have available to you to help release the negative energy. Rather storing it in the body, storing it in your sacral and your root chakra, than making subconscious decisions. Rather storing it in the body, storing it in your sacral and your root chakra, than making subconscious decisions based on that. Instead, you release that energy, you recognize whatever you can gain from it, and then you get to move accordingly. You get to move in a whole different fashion. That's why this is important. That's why this grounding is energy we all do need on a day-to-day basis. We need to make sure whatever we can, however we can, we're doing something to release negative energy in a positive way every single day. Every single day. So I'm fortunate to have some amazing, talented people around me. My beautiful moderator, Ellie, she does Zumba and she exercises and does yoga. Now, this is a grounding practice. It's an ancient grounding practice, actually. You'll look at all different indigenous tribes all around the world. Hey, Jess, peace and prosperity to you. You'll look at indigenous tribes all around the world who use dance to release negative energy. And they'll all tell you it brings in positive energy. Hey, Tiger's Eye, peace and prosperity to you. So every Wednesday when Ellie goes live for Zumba, that's a grounding event just the same way as I'm outside holding and hugging the trees with my feet barefoot on the ground. So good to see you. We're talking about the same type of energy. Now, what happens when she goes to Zumba, when she exercises, she gets to release that negative energy, retain positive energy, gain more positive energy. Myers Life Coach, Miss Source, good to see you. So now she's released negative energy, she's gained positive energy, she's going to take that moving forward in everything she does. Hey, Jess Torres gang, she's going to take that positive energy anywhere she goes. Hey, Merlanda, peace and prosperity to you. Thank you so much for being here. Now, what happens with her decision making because of that? She can see clearer. She can think faster. Move a little bit better on her feet. So now navigating through that New York traffic isn't as bad. So now when she goes to work the next day, her decision making is sharper and better. She can be confident in her decisions because she has a peace in her body, because she hasn't stored up all that negative energy from days and days and days ago. Think about it. A lot of us know and want to go out and ground, right? And then we say to ourselves, it's been a while since I've been out. You know, you're talking about weeks and days and months and years go by for some people before they release negative energy the right way. And then they wonder why they have all these body problems, why they're diagnosed with all these different things. We all know it's the scientific proof that the mind affects the body. It affects the healing or lack thereof. So if we're storing up negativity every single day, which is going to happen no matter what, we're going to store up some negativity. But if we're storing it up and we're not releasing it, you're not going to exercise or do Zumba like Ellie. You're not outside grounding like myself. So truck pulling off, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Exactly, Jess. I'm trying to uncensor your comment, but exactly, Jess. Disease. Excuse the truck driving by that came through with that roar. So realistically, we also know the science about grounding is helping to relieve pain. It's helping to relieve I'm having a brain fart. I'm trying to remember the correct word. It's a muscle joint pain. I can't think of the name. Arthritis. Thank you. I just remember arthritis. So we know factually that it helps with arthritis pain. It helps to relieve those minor pains in the body just by standing out here barefoot like I'm doing now. Just like I'm doing now. This is helping to release pain in my body right now. The electric field of the earth is coming into my body and it is helping to relieve negative energy. So, of course, my decision making is going to be a little bit better. Of course, I'll be able to have a more centered approach to anything and everything I'm doing. And the same goes for you. The same goes for you. With everything going on in the world, it's important we make that time and make that practice on a day-to-day basis. The same way we brush our teeth, the same way we bathe every day. Whatever your day-to-day practices is, you need to incorporate at least 30 seconds into your day of grounding. It's warmer outside for most of us. When you walk past that tree every day that you take for granted, touch that tree. Thank you, Jess. I love you. I appreciate you. Touch that tree when you walk past it. You ain't got to stand there and hug it the way I do if you ain't got time. We all busy people. I understand. But if you take 30 seconds and intentionally, keyword intentionally, reach out to that tree and you touch that tree for 30 seconds. You tell that tree thank you and you tell yourself thank you. In that 30 seconds, you will release a tremendous amount of negative energy and you will gain a tremendous amount of positive energy. And I promise you, no matter what you're doing, no matter where you're going to feel better and everything's going to be better. That's right, Jess. We all looking forward to that sun being out. I don't know why it's been so gloomy here in Michigan last week, but we can't wait for that sun to come back out back here. But either way, it's like we gotta find something. We have to find something in our day-to-day practice. And there's a lot of options out there. Whatever your energy, your avatar, your spirit calls you to do, just make sure you're doing it with intention. Make sure you're doing it regularly. We have to have a clear way of thinking moving forward with everything we do. I know New York been cold too. New York been cold too. You know, and that's why it's so many options out there for us to be able to ground and release negative energy. The dancing, the Zumba, Pilates, exercise. Any type of exercise you're doing is helping you to ground as well. You are putting that energy out physically with your own body that is going to help you to ground. I recommend, of course, other spiritual ideas like spiritual baths, talking to your bath water, talking to your shower water. We've talked about a few different ways and different practices here. Thankfully, Miss Source is here. Her wonderful family, her husband, does a sound bowl healing every day. Well, almost every day, like 6-7 days a week on live here on TikTok, where he plays sound bowls. Hey, essentially yours. And those sound bowls help to cleanse the body. It helps to cleanse and release negative energy. It's good to see you. Thank you so much for being here, essentially yours. It's a reminder that frequency and music can do the same. I would recommend following Son of Source. That's my personal favorite. But if you can find anybody on this app who's doing sound bowls, or if you just download some frequency on YouTube and sit in meditation for 5 minutes, we're doing the same thing. You have to have something, though. You have to have some type of way to release negative energy on a constant basis. It is wonderful. I love them so much, Jess. I've been following them for over 2 years now, and it's still like the same every time I come in there. It's just pure loving energy throughout the whole room, throughout the whole live. There's just energy throughout the whole room, throughout the whole live. There's just complete. But I'm just bringing up examples and different possibilities. My favorite way to ground is going to always be what you see here. I love hugging these trees. I love putting my feet barefoot on the ground. That's what I picked my avatar for. That's what I'm built for. And I know that most of us have access to get some of this energy on a day-to-day basis and don't even pay attention to it. If you don't have a tree at your home, I bet you there's a tree at work or somewhere nearby. I bet you there's a tree that you cross by every day and don't even pay attention to or recognize. And all you got to do is give that tree some of your attention, and you'll recognize that it's been waiting for you to come and recognize it, gain some of that healing love energy just for you. Just for you, as part of your journey. And it's just that fast and easy. Like I said, if you do it for 30 seconds intentionally, you say to your heart, you say to your mind, I'm going to connect with nature through this tree because I know that this tree is connected to every other tree around the world. When I go to reach for these leaves, I'm tapping into this nature energy, and it is helping me to release negative energy. It is helping me to bring in more positivity for myself and others. I bet you do. I bet you do. And I gotta say, the energy in Arizona is so different. It's something about the Grand Canyon. All the states that surround that Grand Canyon area, it's something different in the energy there. I've traveled all over this country, and I promise you, it's like when you start to approach the Grand Canyon as a spiritual person, you can feel it. Like you can really feel a difference in the energy in the Arizona. I mean, it's not really conspiracy. We don't need tinfoil hats to know, what science has proven. We know it's pyramids in there. We know at least it's pyramids in there. We see pyramids all over this continent, though. There's more pyramids in Ohio right now, underground, that they've proven factually than it is darn near in Egypt. There's pyramids all over this land. All over this continent right now. Let me not get on that right now. Especially since FaceTalk been real itchy with everybody lately. Which is another thing. There's nothing that this grounded energy cannot help you with. Happiness, peace, and prosperity to you. There's nothing it can't help with. Use your discernment when you're looking at content. Use your discernment when you're looking to make content. Come into the situation clear-eyed and grounded. Hey, Michelle, peace and prosperity to you. You know that the face talk is what I call it. And watch it. They rename the app to Face Talk. They're gonna owe me some money. Y'all gonna be my witnesses in court. I want all my money. Yeah, I know they updated a lot of stuff. It's a lot. Like they really wild right now. They really wild. Like they borderline passive aggressive at this point with some of the stuff they doing. But again, when we are grounding and releasing the negative energy, we're not forgetting what happened. We're not saying, oh, it's gone, it's away. We just are now able to handle it and think about the reaction and the forward movement in a better way. That's the important part here. It doesn't make the threat go away. It just helps us to understand the best way to deal with it. I bring up Sun Tzu, the author, or what is considered the author of The Art of War. And the first couple pages, what it talks about is how the war starts in the mind first. You have to remove those emotions and think clearly and move forward, even in war, to win, to succeed. On how the emotional enemy can become, I want to use the TikTok accurate phrases here, but the emotional enemy will be the first to lose or the first to make a pivotal mistake. Exactly, brother. They're the first to make that pivotal mistake, being emotional, not being clear-headed. There's a reason for that. And when you really think about it, it's common sense. What good decisions are you going to make in a chaotic situation if it's chaos in your mind? Everybody who has made a good decision in a bad circumstance usually have been trained or has some type of understanding for that situation and circumstance so they can muscle memory react. That's why they train Marines the way they do and everyone else. You're constantly trained to be able to react in certain circumstances. If you're not clear-headed and grounded, you're going to have too much negativity packed into you to where you might not make the decisions that you normally would. If you could think about it clear-headed, if you could look down on yourself with that higher perspective as you're making that discernment, or excuse me, that decision. Quincy Dean, good to see you. Peace and prosperity to you. Exactly, Myers Life Coaching. Thank you, Miss Source. Regulating the nervous system. I am regulating my nervous system right now because I am tapped in to the electric field of the planet. I am literally tapped into the electric field of the planet by having my feet barefoot on the ground. And again, if you can't do this in 60-degree weather like I can, I understand. I'm from Michigan. I'm born that way. I'm a Flintstone. I'm a little bit different, right? Let's keep it real. I'm a little bit different, but you can still touch this tree. I'm about to walk past this piece that just fell over. It's not even connected no more, and it still got grounded energy in it. We don't understand how much love and abundance nature has around us at all times. Because we're so stuck into the rat race. We're so stuck into all these different things we're told to worry about, all these different man-made tools and vices that we're told to depend on and rely on. But there is nature to really help you and help you in abundance. Help you in abundance. You don't have to pay nature. All you give nature is your time and your energy and your intention. Thank you so much for being here. Get elite, peace and prosperity to you. So that's really the main thing I want to get across today. When we're grounding, we are releasing this negative energy. It's important to release this negative energy instead of letting it build up in our bodies, forcing us to make irrational decisions, forcing us to not think clearly and look for positive outcomes, pushing people to only want negative things and only ask for negative things because they only expect the negative things. It's okay. I do it all the time, Ellie. I be doing it all the time. We have to we have to have a source of energy to help us be clear headed. And we have that. That's why I'm here to remind us. That's why for 142 days I've been outside tapping into that energy. It helps me to be clear headed. It helps me to be positive, and I get to share that love and energy out with everyone. I get to help be a reminder that you can tap into that energy as well. Peace and prosperity to you, my brother. It's good to see you. Thank you so much for coming in. We're ending up now, but I was just explaining, which I know you do because I know you ground all the time too. I was just explaining about when we are in that grounded energy and we're thinking clear headed, all of our decision making is better. All of our decision making is 10 times better. Everything we do, everything we're planning on doing, whatever movements you're making, you are going to increase the prosperity of those decisions by being clear headed, by allowing yourself to release that negative energy in a positive way. You're going to increase your chances for prosperity in everything you do. I appreciate everyone for coming out tonight. I love y'all. Thank you so much for being here. I will definitely put this replay up on YouTube. And then going into Friday, we're going to get back on our study guide. I want to follow up with y'all about how y'all felt about the previous 3 episodes, so we can then move forward on the same accord with everyone. So we'll be talking about that tomorrow. And again, this replay will go up on YouTube. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Much love and gratitude to everybody here. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace and prosperity, everyone.